Imagine waking up tomorrow, and every word you speak, every thought, every message, every story is suddenly understandable to every human on Earth. No translation, no confusion, no barriers. One language, shared by 8 billion people, a world united. Or a world transformed in ways we never expected. Tonight, we ask, what if all human languages merged into one? Language is more than sound. It is identity, memory, culture, the bridge between thought and the world. There are over 7,000 languages spoken today. Each one carries a history, a way of seeing reality, shaped by ancestors, landscapes, and generations of human experience. But what if, suddenly, all of this diversity vanished? Not through force, not through slow evolution, but instantly. Every tongue replaced by a single, universal human language. One vocabulary, one grammar, one voice. Would this unite us? Or erase everything that makes us different? In this scenario, humanity does not learn a new language. It simply appears in our minds. Everyone from remote tribes to megacities, from children to elders, instantly knows this universal language without effort, instruction, or confusion. English, Mandarin, Arabic, Swahili, Hindi become memories without meaning. Only one language remains. A language with complete clarity, perfect structure, global accessibility, immediate comprehension, a linguistic singularity. To culture, politics, identity, conflict, and science, let's dive deeper. A single global language would be more than a communication tool. It would be a psychological transformation. Every word would carry identical meaning for every mind. No regional interpretations, no mistranslations, no ambiguity. The language would need to be precise to describe science and technology expressive, to capture emotion and art flexible, to grow with innovation neutral, containing no cultural bias. This universal tongue would likely resemble a perfected linguistic structure, something neither too simple nor too complex, neither poetic nor mechanical, but balanced, optimized for human thought. Scientists have long studied the idea of such a language. Linguists call it a constructed universal grammar. But if the entire species suddenly adopted it, the consequences would go far beyond communication. Because language is not separate from identity. Language shapes identity. And losing thousands of unique languages overnight would change humanity at its core. History gives us clues, small previews of what a universal language might bring. The rise of Latin. Once Latin unified vast parts of the world under Rome. But when Rome fell, Latin fractured into Spanish, French, Italian, and more proof that languages naturally diverge. The spread of English today? English is the global lingua franca, spoken across continents for trade, media, and science. But it never replaced native languages. It coexists with them. Extinct languages, many languages have vanished, Innu, Cornish, Ayak, and with them entire traditions, mythologies, and ways of thinking disappeared. Artificial universal languages Esperanto tried to unite humanity through a shared grammar. It succeeded in spirit, but failed in scale. These examples show one truth. When languages disappear, cultures change. When languages unify, societies transform. But none of these shifts compare to the magnitude of every language merging at once. This is beyond history, beyond geopolitics, beyond anything humanity's ever faced. Now let's walk through the timeline of what would happen. Step by step, if all human languages instantly merged into one. 0 seconds, the shift. A strange sensation, a quiet pulse in the mind. People speak and realize something is different. Their own words feel unfamiliar, yet natural, as if they've always known them. Around the world, the same realization spreads. Everyone is speaking the same language. News anchors stumble mid-sentence. Teachers freeze in classrooms. Families look at each other, confused. A new world begins in silence. 1 minute, global understanding, phones ring. Messages flood in. People begin testing the new language. No translation needed. Everyone understands everyone. Every text, every sign, every voice. Foreignness dissolves. For the first time in human history, 8 billion people share the same linguistic reality. 1 hour governments react, emergency meetings occur in capitals around the world. Leaders speak automatically and realize they can directly understand one another without translators, without intermediaries. Diplomacy becomes instant. Conflicts shaped by centuries of mistranslation suddenly appear unnecessary. But new fears emerge. If people can communicate effortlessly across borders, what does that mean for national identity? Power. A global shift in authority begins. One day, cultural shockwaves, books become unreadable to those who once cherished them. Ancient texts lose meaning. Sacred scriptures, poems, and songs no longer resonate as they once did. Linguistic identity dissolves. Entire professions disappear overnight. Translators, interpreters, language teachers, localization specialists, but new fields emerge. Anthropologists rush to document the vanished languages. Historians scramble to preserve the memory of once living vocabularies. Humanity realizes what it has lost. 1 week economic transformation. The world economy shifts dramatically. Trade becomes seamless. Negotiations become faster. Scientific collaboration accelerates. Global markets synchronize. Innovation speeds up. But so does competition. Small nations that relied on language barriers for cultural protection now feel exposed. Tourism explodes as communication becomes effortless. Migration increases. Cities begin blending at unprecedented rates. A global culture starts to form. 1 month identity crisis without linguistic distinctions. People search for new forms of identity. Accents vanish. Regional dialects disappear. Oral traditions lose their unique rhythm. Communities begin to ask, who are we, if our language no longer defines us? Some embrace the new world. Others resist, clinging to fragments of their ancestral speech. But the words no longer carry meaning. Silent cultural mourning begins. 1 year, the new world education systems rewrite themselves. Children grow up speaking only the universal language. Within a generation, the memory of linguistic diversity becomes distant, like an ancient legend. But with universal language comes unprecedented coordination. Global scientific breakthroughs accelerate. International laws become easier to negotiate. Space agencies unite under shared goals. Climate strategies are debated in a single voice. Humanity begins thinking, not as separate nations, but as a collective species, yet the cost remains. The stories, myths, metaphors, and worldviews forged over thousands of years have faded. Humanity has gained unity, but lost a piece of its soul. A single human language would be a miracle of unity, and a tragedy of memory. It would erase barriers, but also erase identities. It would accelerate progress, but at the cost of cultural diversity. Language is not just communication. It is heritage. It is imagination. It is the architecture of thought itself. To merge all languages into one would reshape not just how we speak, but who we are. The question we must ask is this: would a unified tongue bring us closer together, or make us all the same? If language can redefine humanity, then what about something even more fundamental? What if consciousness itself could merge? What if we all shared one mind? Or what if we all heard each other's thoughts? Join us next time as we explore another extraordinary boundary between reality and the impossible.